Welcome back to Sports Guys Only. Everybody in studio again. Good to be back with everybody and just have the whole gang here all the time every week now. By the way, Carter will be gone next week, so.
Where the fuck you gonna be?
Mexico.
Oh, that's for legit. What?
Mexico.
Like what? Just vacation?
Yeah.
You're paying him too much.
Yeah.
Kid's not even 25. He can afford Mexican vacations, and I can't.
Well, you buy a lot of guns.
That's true.
That's not true.
Just gear in general.
Shut up.
You're gear guy.
How we got the name.
Shut your.
I'm Mexico guy. You're gear guy.
Yeah. So I am, by the way, Cal Ness. We're here with Gear Guy Colas, Nathaniel Kurtzweg, and Quabby Coda.
Quabby.
We need to come up with something better for
Nathaniel,
our middle-aged dad.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Noblo Loretto.
That's a reference to the town I live in being a no-blow zone for the trains.
Hold on. We cannot glance over that. That might have been the best one-liner that you've ever had.
No.
Yes.
Can't be.
It's up there.
If that's it, then I'm done.
It's up there for me. That was well-timed.
There you go. New nickname.
As Gavin would say, there was no fat on that joke.
No fat.
True. Guys, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
this
Gavin, let's go.
Here we go.
Heart rate's it's up.
And Nathaniel and I have prepared ourselves very well for the fact that Gavin will be very heated about this topic.
We do need to say this is being recorded February 4th, the day before the NBA trade deadline.
Yes.
Less than 24 hours.
Yes.
I swear to Christ.
My prediction is it's not going to matter. In my opinion, this deal with, let's just do it. Let's just get right into it.
Do you think McDaniels is gone?
I don't know. I think that the deal for Giannis isn't going to get done till the summer, though. Did you guys see anything today that Giannis did that interview where he says that he actually wants to stay in Milwaukee, but he's not willing to stay there if they're not going to compete for championships?
Nah, he's doing that posturing just so he doesn't look like the bad guy. 100%.
I don't think it's because he doesn't actually want to leave. I think he's just doing it because I think he's coming to terms with the fact that Milwaukee is not going to get a deal done by the trade deadline. So if he's going to have to stay and play the rest of the season in Milwaukee, he doesn't want the fans to completely hate him, like as if he's just given up on the team before the season is completely over.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more posturing towards the fact that, hey, this probably isn't getting done right now. This is probably getting done in the summer, which is most of the reports that I've seen at this point is that there's just too many pieces and it's too big of a trade for it all to get done basically by tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And do you know how Milwaukee has fared with Giannis out of the lineup? Do you guys know?
Better than with him in, by the way. Right?
No.
I'm just joking.
I didn't think so.
They are 4-18.
Yeah. I was joking. They're really bad when he's not playing basketball on the court. And like that is a big part of the reason that he's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
But like you got it. The hard part to me is like, you know, Giannis, the thing I don't like about Giannis, and the reason this is all coming up, obviously, if you listen to this and especially if you're from Minnesota, the Wolves are posturing themselves in a way that appears that they're but we know they're extremely interested in trading for Giannis at this point. And in order to do it, the reports that I've seen are that you're giving up at pretty much minimum, it's like McDaniels and either Reed or Randall, and then at minimum 3 first-round picks, and they're probably looking for a couple of seconds. The Wolves don't have those first-round picks necessarily to trade away. They do, but if they do, we basically don't have any picks
on
the board. I mean, the hard part about the NBA is this, and Carter and I were talking about this on the way here. Typically, guys that end up becoming like big impact players are drafted in the top 5. Well, on the way here, Carter and I looked up a list of the most notable second-round draft picks in NBA history. Carter, do you want to read that list?
Yeah.
It's like 5 people, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, that's insanity. Just consider that.
Joker is one of them, right?
Jokic.
Of all the years of NBA drafts, you guys, this is the list of guys that were drafted in the second round that have made an impact playing basketball in a significant way.
Jokic, Manu Ginobili, Draymond Green, Maurice Cheeks, Dennis Rodman, Marc Gasol, Tony Kukoc, Chris Middleton, Paul Millsap, DeAndre Jordan. Yeah.
I mean, like, how many of those guys that he just read are like top tier?
It's a lot of years
It's like
worth.
maybe
too.
4 or 5 guys.
Say 4.
Yeah,
in
like
about 50 years.
in 50 years of the NBA draft, there's been roughly 4 guys that have become like massive impact, like superstar style players.
Jalen Brunson also.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's a recent one.
Yep.
And a big one. Jokic obviously being probably the most notable of all of those. But like what I'm getting at with this, most of the guys that create an impact in the NBA are drafted in the first 10 picks. Okay? So like I was telling Carter on the way here, I'm like, I think there's quite a few guys that might be like second round draft picks. I was like, where did Colby White get drafted? Where did Darius Garland get drafted? By the way, Darius Garland drafted 5th. Colby White drafted 7th. Okay, so like these aren't even guys that are like top tier. They're like good. They're all-star level type players, at least Darius Garland. But like these guys were drafted in the top 10. And like they became their producers on their teams. You know, they play a role. You know, but like most of the guys that end up being like huge impacts are like first 5 picks. So that said, this is why in the NBA, draft picks are traded around so flippantly. Because there's only 2 rounds. It's not like the NFL draft where you're, you know, expected to produce Pro Bowl level players over the course of maybe like 3 years of drafting. A good GM in 3 years or 4 years of drafting in the NFL is likely to have produced at least 1 Pro Bowl player out of those drafts. In the NBA, it's a complete gamble. Like you're taking a complete gamble because there's like 10 guys in every NBA draft that are actually going to become producers in the NBA. You know, whereas like in the NFL, there's 7 rounds. They select how many? 90?
296.
It might not be even that high. It might be though.
I think it's
I'm doing the
296.
math. It might be.
7 times 32. It's 224.
There you go.
224.
So that said though, it is so different from the NFL draft. And that's why like you can trade away these picks and it might not completely hamper your team. Because if you already have the team, what do you need to draft for the next 4 or 5 fucking years?
So do you think that's the philosophy that Conley took with the Rudy Gobert trade?
That's the philosophy that a lot of people have taken. Look at the Jared Jackson trade.
Yeah, I mean, I think Murray for the Hawks got I think they sent 3 first rounders for him.
Yeah, bro. Like today, Colby White and Mike Conley went to, where they get traded to?
Bulls.
They got moved to the
Mike
they got
Conley
moved from
went
the
to the
Bulls. Yeah, but they got moved off the Bulls again today to the Hornets.
Conley already got
traded, which speaks well to what you sent in the group chat.
They might buy him out.
Because if you get traded and then immediately traded again and you get bought out, you can re-sign that player. If he was not traded and stayed with the Bulls, then we wouldn't be able to re-sign Conley. So I'll tell you this, if Tim Connolly, if his plan was, hey, I'm going to move Conley, he's going to get moved again because the Bulls have told me they don't really want him. They're just going to take him off of our hands to kind of do us this favor so they get what they want. If he gets traded again, can I just buy this out and then basically re-sign Conley on a cheap deal? I don't know. Like if that's what ends up happening, that's genius. Obviously, we cleared $24 million in cap space or $21 million in cap space, and we just get Conley back.
Yeah. So that if part of me, I want to dig into this one because part of me wants this to be the play that we're doing, where we freed up that cap space by doing the Conley thing, and he's just going to come back here anyways. We free up, say, $20 million out of that whole situation.
Yeah.
We just use that to upgrade our point guard situation. And then we just keep things good because we've went to the Western Conference Finals the last 2 years.
Right.
The other part of me is like, hey, we didn't take a guard that was right there from the Bulls, right?
Right. We could have gotten Colby White.
We could have
those
easily
reports.
gotten him. And we didn't. And it's like, well, then the Wolves must have clearly been gearing up for a Giannis trade by freeing that up because now they could basically take on more salary than they were going to send out.
Yes.
By doing that whole thing with Mike Conley.
Yeah, I think the big thing that's bothering everybody in this room and probably everybody in Minnesota is like, can we lose McDaniels?
No.
I don't think so.
Are you? No. You're telling me not saying you, but I'm saying like the situation, you'd give up McDaniels to have a 31-year-old aged, beat up Giannis.
Yeah,
what's
but
the fucking logic there?
Yeah, me and you both know that's a fake ass injury.
Yeah, and Giannis is unreal.
And Giannis is an incredible fucking talent. He basically won that championship on his own.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
But so hold on. So are you willing to roll the dice that it's actually a fake injury? What if it isn't?
Is Giannis more productive on a team than Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
But can you get the depth? What helps us is we melt teams with depth because we've got a number of guys that can do. Any given night, we could have 2 or 3 guys drop 30, if not more.
Well, we would still have that.
Probably if he's not banged up.
Probably even at a higher level.
If he's not banged up, you're rolling the dice on it being a fake injury. And what if it's not?
Well, if I'm rolling the dice on that, then I'm basically saying like,
I'm not rolling the dice on if McDaniels can't guard like a fucking all-star and if Nas can't drop me 30 every couple nights.
Go to the rim with Giannis and Gobert. Tell me how that works out for you.
Yeah, you want to
because you can't, by the way.
Yeah. And who's our perimeter guard? Who's gonna guard the perimeter for us?
Jaden and Ant.
You got to get rid of McDaniels.
No, in my fantasy world,
if we keep McDaniels, I am.
God,
if you told me we have to trade whatever else away to get Giannis, but we keep McDaniels, I don't so much care. It's getting rid of McDaniels that I don't fucking like.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page with that. Like, I think if
we're all on the same page,
the people
you agree. Hold on, then why are you playing devil's advocate over here?
The people that we want to protect are obviously Ant-Man is untradeable, and then Jaden, we don't want to trade.
Do you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I want Giannis.
Would you hold on? So would you give up McDaniels to have Giannis?
Yeah, I would. I don't want to, but
I would love to look back at 24 hours ago, the text in our group chat because
I'd love to see us in the fucking NBA championship, and you think about that.
Here's the thing:
if the injury is fake,
though,
here's the other part:
if the injury's fake,
if the Wolves make this trade,
yeah,
and they do get a ring in the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 years,
yeah.
I don't give a shit what we sent out.
Yeah.
I don't care at all. Like,
I want you. I want you to picture. I want you to picture our lineup, Gavin. Like, imagine our lineup, including.
So you have to give up what Naz Reid, Randall, and McDaniels, and 3 firsts.
I think that right now.
So what's our lineup
I don't know
starting?
that you get Naz Reid and Randall. You know, but
that was the trade I saw. Was those 3 and 3 firsts.
To me, if I'm them, you probably got to be thinking you're dealing Randall, okay? Because Reid already comes off the bench. If you bring Giannis in and you have Gobert, Randall's not going to be sitting on the fucking bench, bro. Like, you're not going to start him on the bench. That's not going to happen.
And the salary part too, I think, is big.
The salary part helps.
That's a big piece of this.
I agree.
So, if you're doing it, like, in a theoretical world, could we keep Naz Reid? Could we trade away McDaniels and trade away Randall and trade away, let's say, 3 firsts and a second?
Who plays? So we still have the open hole of point guard, though.
I do think right now that the Wolves are working on that aspect of this. And I think that Tim Connolly is too good of a GM for me to think that he doesn't have some kind of plan at point guard, considering the fact that we could have gotten Colby White and it probably wouldn't have hurt us that bad. Like, the whole thing has been that the Wolves need a point guard. Tim Connolly built a championship team in Denver. He is not an idiot. He has made trades that have benefited the Wolves. Like, he's done good things. And on top of that, I do think too, since Tim Connolly became our GM, the development of young players in Minnesota has been a drastic difference. Like, watching McDaniels climb the ranks, seeing some of the guys that Tim Connolly has brought in here that were essentially like lost careers, like looking at what Bones Highland has done in terms of just some of the nights. Now, he's still super inconsistent, but his production when he's hot is dumb. Like, if he could become a consistent player, he's very good at basketball. Like, he's a freak and he can score. And so, like, you just got to keep him in that mindset. But, like, this is a guy that's coming from a place where, like, you know, there's potential for him just getting waived. Like, this guy played in the G League, I think last year or the year before. Like, Bones Highland was playing in the G League, bro.
So you bring you have to get rid of McDaniels and Reid and the picks that you said. You bring in
McDaniels
Giannis
and Randall.
Yeah, sorry. So who's our starting?
Our starting lineup then would probably be, so if you keep Reid, you bring in Giannis. I don't know what they'll do at point guard.
DiVincenzo?
It's just what it's going to become, which is what a lot of teams have done in the past until we figure out the point guard situation. Ant is the point guard. So Ant's going to bring the ball down the floor. Ant's going to direct the offense. It's going to be Ant Rudy Gobert, Giannis, and then probably DiVincenzo, likely, and
Another guard.
I don't know.
I'd rather have McDaniels on this. Like, whatever we have to do to keep that is my thing.
Because like that lineup right now, if you could keep that with McDaniels, like
With McDaniels, it's crazy.
you're a freak. Team.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's no one that scares me. If you keep McDaniels and you have
I think this is my problem, man.
what?
If Ant and Giannis and
It's a lot of
like
balls.
if Ant and Giannis can give you 65 a night, oh my God, we're gonna be so hard to beat just at that. Like if you can get continuous point production of like 60 plus points from just two players, like 80% of your games, it is so hard to beat that, bro. Like to win an NBA game on average, you have to score like 112 points. That like wins you 80% of your games or whatever. I don't know what the statistic is. You'd have to look it up. But bro, you're saying that if two players can give you 60, you're literally asking for like 50 points out of the whole rest of your team in an entire NBA game.
I think what worries me is, like, you're right. The paint and the rim we have on lock, but the rest of it, we don't. And then we start getting beat. Dude, we watched...
I mean, when Ant wants to play defense, Ant is a freak defender.
Hold on. Can you repeat that full sentence?
When Ant wants to play defense...
When he wants to.
You know what
Yeah.
McDaniels doesn't do? He don't take any nights off.
Yeah, it has been funny too. I don't know if you guys saw, but Jaden McDaniels' shooting percentage since they mentioned him as a part of a trade is like 80%. It's like he's like on dummy mode right now. He was 11 of 14 the other night.
He's like, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to
11 of 14, like 6 for 8 from 3. He had like 29 points.
Give up
Like he's like, you're gonna trade me? All right, we'll see about that. We'll see if
that's
you're
what
gonna
I'm
trade me.
saying, man.
So like, I don't know, man. I don't want to see McDaniels go. It's just like
I think that's the thing, right? This fantasy land where we keep McDaniels and have him, Giannis, Ant-Man, and Gobert on the same team.
That'd be crazy if Ant shows up to play. If Ant shows up to play defensively, we don't get scored on.
if we ended up somehow keeping,
we told a team one night to like 71 points.
70,
No.
brother.
it's the NBA.
We could do that against Utah. We could do that against Utah.
Yeah, hey, the Wizards.
The Wizards, yeah,
The Wizards.
yeah, maybe not anymore.
Yeah, well,
but
yeah, because Ice Trey
Anthony
and
Davis
AD
is-
will be out injured.
Yeah,
so
say Anthony Davis
they
is
might
playing
score
like
AD
70
one
will
out
be
of-
injured, so
Yeah, AD's playing like 1 out of 15 games. What are we talking about here?
yeah. No, I do think it's an interesting idea. Just thinking about like our starting lineup, including Giannis and Anthony Edwards. Like that is a pretty insane. You know, just starting 2 of the 5 right there. Like that is.
I get it. I
mean, you are really good at basketball. Like,
Yeah.
those 2 guys are 2 of the probably best 5, maybe or 6, maybe basketball players in the world right now.
if the injury's fake.
It's
I
fake.
mean,
If the
I
injury's
don't know
fake.
if it's fake.
This
I mean,
feels
like he
like
probably has like a nagging little thing.
Yeah, but like, could
if
you
he was-
imagine if it's
they
like...
if they were in the Western Conference playoffs right now, he would be fucking playing. I'm telling you that right now.
Could you imagine though we get him here and he turns into like Joel,
Guaranteed.
he turns into Embiid and he's sitting 2/3 of the
He won't
games
turn
and
into
shit.
Embiid. Embiid is apathetic. That's Embiid's problem. He's apathetic. He's okay with losing. You know?
Yeah,
Giannis is not okay
He's got
with
that
losing.
dog in him.
He's not okay
so
with
pissed
losing.
about
He's
losing that
he's okay.
telling them I have a fake injury. You're gonna fucking trade me. I'm not
He's
playing for
also
this
okay
bullshit
filling
team
roster
anymore.
spots with guys that can't play.
That's okay. Whatever.
They're not taking up roster
The Nashes
spots
can sit
really.
on the end of it.
They're just sitting on the
You
bench.
literally were bitching about it yesterday.
No, dude. I will say this: if we get Giannis and his bum ass brothers have to come here, I'm gonna be hella pissed. I'm gonna be hella pissed.
We give
That
up
I'm-
Dan-
that
we give
I'm
up
out here-
McDaniels to
that
watch his
I'm out
brothers
here
play.
grinding for my salary, and these 2 fucking guys are just getting yanked out of grease to sit on the bench making a few milli each. I'm gonna be pissed. But it's Giannis though.
Oh fuck!
It's Giannis.
No. I'm telling you, I am not okay with his brothers coming here. I'm telling you that right now. If I'm Tim Connolly, I'm on the phone like, yo, I want Giannis really bad. But I'm not taking those two dead cab motherfuckers off your hands.
Honestly, probably what's holding it up.
I was
Right
gonna say
now.
I
that
legit
could be.
believe
Carter
that is
nailed
a
it.
legit part of it.
That could be
I'm
what's
not
holding it up.
lying.
I wouldn't
Like
be
they have
shocked.
kept those two guys. Thanasis especially has been on that roster for what, like 8 or 9 years now as an active
long.
player. They're paying him millions of dollars a year. Not a lot of millions, but enough millions that I'm
Not about it.
blown away from here, you know? So like I would bet that is a part of like holding up the whole thing where like GMs are like, dude, I want Giannis, but I'm not taking fucking Thanasis, bro. Like, do not send me that fucking guy.
Well, he's like, he has to be part of the trade.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay,
how
so-
funny would it be if some team like got him and they had to sign his brothers and then they waived him?
I mean,
That would be even funnier, wouldn't it?
If you were
No,
the
no,
We'll
no,
put him in a
GM,
really nice suite every game, every home game. We got you.
No, fuck
There's-
that, bro.
Instead of being on courtside, they're just going to be
Giannis is
cheering
making
from
like
up
$60 million a year, homie, and I'm telling you right now, if you can't break a little piece of that off to your brothers because it's important to you that they're somehow rich too, they've already made like $15 million playing in the NBA. They can both retire.
There
I
you
don't want
go.
to hear about this
That's
shit.
what
You know
it can
what-
be.
hold on,
That's what it can be.
hold
We'll
on.
gift them courtside seats.
Hold on, did you hear him? You know what that I heard there? If Cal ever had 60 million, he'd break a little cheddar off for us.
I
did.
would.
That's what I heard.
I did.
If I was making $60 million a year,
you break
yeah,
off a little for the boys.
we'd have an enterprise over there.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you right now.
Let's go.
There would be an enterprise. The boys would be getting checks.
Let's
Now,
go.
I'm not talking Kevin Garnett style where I got
Were
like
you paying
25.
for the whole?
I'm
were you
not
paying
doing
for the
that.
whole neighborhood.
No, it would be a business. We're going to have to work for that money. We're not just sitting
Well,
around.
you can't just cut
fucking-
me checks to hang out at home with the boys.
Bro, we have to wire that shit somehow so it's not illegal. Shit, I can't be like just
I mean,
cutting you. We got to start a business up, you know? We got to turn it into a legit LLC.
I
or
would
something.
love to sit down someday and talk with KG at the peak of his powers. Like
God.
he always jokes about paying like 100 people. Like, how did you do this?
Dude, he's got to be
What were
looking
the
back
titles?
right now doing math so mad.
No, dude, no.
Yeah, dude.
No,
yeah.
because he talked about it on. God damn it!
Probably one of those pods that he's on.
Not
I'm
on
sure,
the pod
but
that he
Like
he
Draymond?
runs. I don't remember what pod it was
Pivot
on.
maybe or something.
It wasn't the pivot. I don't remember. Either way, he talks about how, like, yes, at the peak he was paying a bunch of people, but he goes, man, Colby really helped me because Colby would bring him in on fucking investment deals. So like a lot of the money.
Yeah, but who cares, bro?
Yeah, but like when you really do the math,
Where are those
and
guys at now?
What, the guys he was paying?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, he probably can't either. Some of them.
I mean, probably not. But like, I think like the amount of money he's making.
I'm going to tell you this. If I start cutting you checks and then like 20 years from now, I don't know where you even are, I'm going to be looking back going, I wish I had that fucking money back.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Where's that guy at?
Yeah.
How
Big
many
problem.
Louis Vuitton bags did I buy his girl?
I mean,
I'd be pissed. Yeah.
her shit. You'd be buying me.
And that girl, no one knows where that girl's at. So
Yeah. I mean,
big mad.
Okay, we got to talk about another guy who tends to, when he needs to gear up for a trade, he changes his body composition a little bit.
Yeah.
That guy's name is James Harden.
Yeah, dude.
dude,
Tell me
quit
you've
on
heard
another
this.
team. Quit
Tell
on
me if you've
another
heard this
team.
before. James Harden wanted to be traded.
Okay.
Ooh, whoa.
Why would you bring that cancer in your locker
You know what's
room?
nuts? This is the insane thing, right? He gets traded to Cleveland, and they just moved. Vegas has them as the third highest odds to win the NBA title.
Do you know how many
What?
points per game James Harden is averaging this year?
No,
Take a guess.
27.
21.
By the way, just so you guys know, both of the numbers you just said, that's a lot of fucking points. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but he doesn't play
Did you
defense, so he's
process
still
that?
probably minus.
bro, that's a lot of points, dude.
Yeah, he could be pouring.
he's,
I said
like
averaging,
21.
he's averaging 25.4 points per
Man,
game.
I said
right now.
27.
That's
Whoa.
all
21.
I know. I'm saying that's crazy. It's a little crazy to say like, oh, well, this guy's not worth a fucking towel in
Well,
the locker room.
here's the problem.
But he's averaging
He can
25
pour
and a
in-
half
he-
points per game in
but
the
he's a
NBA.
cancer.
He could pour in 40 and he'd still be a minus on the plus minus.
He's
He
a
doesn't
cancer.
play
I would
defense.
make the trade.
You would
I
make the
think it's
trade?
I wouldn't. It's insanity.
This is
So hold
his-
on.
This has been his best year since 2019.
Would
Sending
you have
out
brought him
Darius
here?
No.
No.
In a million years, I don't want that guy around our team. But I'm going to tell you this. If I was the Wizards, I'd have brought him over. Telling you.
Because the Wizards are just
Score some points,
stockpiling
man. Who gives a
dudes.
shit? Go out there and
Dude, I'm telling
score.
you shitting on the Wizards. They're about to be competitive. If,
No.
if AD can stay healthy.
No, he won't.
The only reason the Wizards become competitive is because that's how bad the East is.
Let me tell you something right now. If Anthony Davis wasn't healthy in Dallas, he's definitely not going to be healthy in Washington.
What do you mean?
He likes going to Cancun is what I mean. And I'm telling you right now, that guy's got more money than any of us would know what to do with. And he don't have to play no more. And I'm telling you right now, the Washington Wizards are a trash-ass organization. And he just got off a plane where he left LA and wasn't happy about it, showed up in Dallas, which is a good organization, other than the Nico Harrison type shit. But
I said other than your GM.
Who's gone now?
Historically,
Yeah.
they're a good franchise to be playing for. And now he just went from Lakers to Dallas, and now he's in Washington with Trae Young, who's past his prime.
No, what?
And he is past his prime. And Anthony Davis is injured already all the time in Dallas, where he wasn't as injured in LA. Because just like do the math, bro. Like this guy's gonna be injured a lot in Washington.
He's going to probably,
He's gonna be-
average 28 a night.
Let me just say, this guy's gonna be wearing a lot more chains on the sidelines than he is
I bet
wearing
you
basketball shorts.
I bet you he plays really well and the Wizards are competitive.
Cool. You don't believe that, but that's fine. You
I'm going
can
to
say
stand
whatever
on
you want.
business.
Yeah, you're just
I got
mad,
faith.
dude. You're just mad that we're getting Giannis.
Why couldn't we get AD?
We don't want AD.
Oh no,
What do we want to do?
Not
Have an
healthy.
injured guy?
never healthy.
Have another injured
Giannis
guy
is
to pair
injured
with
too.
Gobert?
Not the same way
the
that
same.
AD is,
No,
dude.
no.
I think
this
AD
is like
comes
Carolina Panthers, Christian McCaffrey type shit.
Do you know what?
time you
Don't-
got it right. The
tell me-
one time.
Tell me we don't trade for Giannis and he plays. Tell me I'm wrong again when that happens.
Also,
I'm not in on
without
this.
without looking this up, guess what the record is for the
Holy
Wizards
shit,
right
the
now?
Wild just won in overtime again, boys.
God,
I
they're
figured-
so good.
So go ahead.
When
What were
I
you
was
gonna
at
say?
home there.
Guess what without checking what the record is of the Washington Wizards right now.
Oh God, I wouldn't have any idea.
How many games have they played? I need to know.
They
that
have
number.
played 49 games.
Okay. I'm gonna bet they're like 13 and 36.
19 and 30.
13 and 36.
Holy shit!
Hey, you want to know what
You hit
team?
that on the head?
Yeah.
Want to know what team's below them in the Eastern Conference?
What do you mean blow them?
Below them.
Oh,
The
below
Hornets?
them.
Yep.
The Hornets?
No, the NBA Finals Pacers.
They're 13 and 38.
The Pacers.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, Tyrese isn't playing.
It's a big part of it.
Didn't they lose?
Okay, but
Who else
he's
did-
worth 25 wins.
Who else?
No.
Probably some of those nights with the way he's shooting.
He kind of like
Don't
Went
don't
scorched
even.
earth
You said
in the
they were
playoffs.
torched, and you watched the buckets
They
hit.
lost Miles Turner.
true, but that was a playoff.
Don't just don't.
That was
don't,
a playoffs thing.
Don't give me a true. Give put some respect on that
Okay,
answer.
yeah, you did call that. I
Yeah,
gave
thank
you that.
you.
I
It's
gave
on
you it.
fucking
I gave you
recording.
it. But again, the Wizards are so far out of the playoffs. It does not matter
AD
what they
can
do.
make it back.
No.
Make it back to Cancun.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Make it back to
maybe they
Cabo.
somehow land the 10 seed in the play-in. That's their ceiling.
That
That's
would
their
be
ceiling.
wild.
They won't do that.
Their
but
ceiling is the
Imagine-
play-in.
he's
Hold
not-
on.
AD probably won't play more than like 7 games the rest of the year.
Could you imagine if he finds a way though?
Wait, a what?
If he found a way to be healthy and played like the Anthony Davis of old, and they got the 10th seed, how crazy that would
You
be.
need 3 Anthony Davises of old if you want to fucking fix that team. I'm telling
God, you just hate on the
you. No
win.
one goes to the game. Nobody cares
It's-
about the org.
They're-
They
10
still got
wins
season tickets.
They're 10 wins behind the playoff line.
That's not that bad.
The-
With
the
30
playoff
games to
line.
play,
Not number 1 seed.
They're out.
The playoff
I'm not worried
line.
about the. I'm not saying they're gonna get the
They're
1
out.
seed.
They're done, dude. They're
it does
cooked.
seem weird that a team doing that poorly would make like trade for
Nah,
guys that
it
are like
doesn't,
win
though.
now guys.
Their
No, it
plan.
doesn't.
Their plan is to win next year.
No, their plan is to get some people to sit in those seats so they can sell a few more tickets.
Oh, it's about
You think it's about?
Yes.
You think people are paying to come watch Anthony Davis sit his ass on the bench?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I lived in Washington and like 3 months ago, before you got Trae Young and before you got Anthony Davis, I'm definitely not coming to a game. I don't know if
No.
I'm coming now,
Yeah, see, now you're coming down.
but I'd have to think about it. Yeah, if tickets were like $10, you know, you got Anthony Davis out there, Trae Young.
Dude,
It's
maybe
like
he
they're bringing
plays.
kids.
They're
It's a
in
fun
their
time.
soup can era. Remember that, Gavin?
Yes.
They're in that right now.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude, bring them out there. Get them on
You
a
want to know
Wheaties
what's something
box.
funny? I remember I don't remember. I'd have to ask my grandpa if we won them or were given them. We bought something at Cub and were given Wolves tickets one year.
Cans
3
of corn.
Wolves tickets.
No, you guys, didn't you remember me telling you about the time when I was in college? And if you had a college ID, you could get the college deal.
No, I don't remember this.
There was 2 types of ways you could go to the game. If you had a college ID, it was 50-cent tickets for the Wolves. 50 cents.
That was like 2010.
like bring 2 quarters.
that was like
Legit.
2010, 2011.
Yeah, 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then they had a deal. It was, I think $3. You got a soda, a hot dog, and a game ticket.
See, this would have been like
The deal you were talking about was 4 cans of corn for 2 Timberwolves tickets.
that's fucking crazy. I remember that. Yes. Wait, what year was this? This had to be like
That's the most
05.
Midwest shit ever.
2011.
2011? There's no way. There had to be something before
Corn
that.
is a commodity that is tradable. You know, they're trading corn.
I was in
for
elementary
tickets,
school. There had to
bro.
be something back in the early 2000s. Too.
Glenn Taylor was peddling cans of corn. That's fucking nuts.
Just ass. We were so bad.
Dude, 50 cents for a ticket?
No,
I remember when they rolled that out, I was like, this can't be
No,
real.
the 50
Bring
cents.
2 quarters?
Bro, the 50 cents for the
fuck?
ticket for college students, I love that for like giving, throwing a bone to the poor college kids.
That's not what he was doing. He was doing it for tax
Bro,
write-offs.
the corn for
corn
tickets is
The
crazy.
corn trade is crazy work.
That's crazy.
4 cans of corn for 2 Timberwolves tickets. Bro, like a can of corn back then was like 70 cents. So
Maybe.
you're effectively also saying like
It was 4 for $3.
4 for $3.
2 tickets.
So you're saying a ticket is worth $1.50 and that's not a college deal.
And that's you get the free corn though then in that scenario.
So
you
did
know
you
what's
bring
worth-
the corn to the game?
No.
No, they gave you at the fucking. They gave you a cup. They gave it to you right there.
Yeah. At
Dude,
the cup.
so this is gonna sound bad. I remember him getting tickets. I legitimately remember him getting tickets, and he threw them in the garbage as we walked out of the store because he didn't want to go.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Dude,
really bad.
That's
The Wizards are in that right now.
some wild shit, man.
The Wizards
4
are
cans of
absolutely in
corn
that.
for 2. That's the Wizards right now, bro.
Actually,
I don't know.
to be fair, I think
garbage.
I think there was a season though where we were like 17-65. Like it was really bad. At least they're gonna get like 20 wins.
Carter,
God.
look up who the best player on the Wolves was in like 2011 and tell me it's not Wally Zerbiak.
We were 15-67 at our worst.
What year was that? Because that's atrocious. That's 4 cans of corn.
2009 to 2010.
There you go.
So
2009,
bad.
2010.
Yeah.
You want me to look up the roster?
Yeah, just look up who our best players were. Yeah, the roster would be interesting to know. 2009,
Would this be
2010.
K-Love era?
To say, was that K?
It might have been.
Was that
might
also
have
the
been.
other? Who's the big guy?
Pekovic.
Pekovic.
Yes, Nikola Pekovic,
Nikola Pekovic.
who ended up getting arrested for like a drug ring, right?
arms smuggling, I believe.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
He was
Okay.
hanging out with Turkish arms dealers at
There
the
you go.
club.
That's what it was.
Well, we got Johnny Flynn,
Nice.
Kevin
Who?
Love.
Okay,
Johnny
Love.
Flynn is who we passed up on, or who we picked instead of Steph Curry.
Correct.
That's painful.
Yeah, love that.
We did that a
That's-
couple years in a row with some guys.
Yep.
Love
That's
that.
Corey
pain.
Brewer.
Corey Brewer. Oh man, remember that guy?
Legendary career.
Fuck.
Played all 82 games.
There you go.
Yeah, when you're not
So
winning, you
is
can
that
do that.
that is the extent of mostly the roster we'd recognize?
K Love.
Who
K-Love,
else? Who
yep.
else did play though? I just
Al
didn't-
Jefferson.
Nice.
Ryan Gnomes. Kevin Love played 60 games. He was
Okay.
21.
Yep,
Damian Wilkins. Wayne Ellington.
dude, that's serious depth on the bench. Wayne Ellington.
What's
Dude,
our average
remember
points
that
per
guy?
night?
Man, that team.
You're really going deep here.
That team's so.
Yeah, I mean,
98.
98.
We couldn't even break
Nice.
100 a night.
And we
Yeah.
allowed 107,
You
which
get
was
beat by-
29th out of 30.
Nice. So, I mean, you would lose to college teams probably with that. Like,
Realistically, Duke would have beat our ass. Yes.
probably. Yeah,
Oh,
4
yeah.
cans of corn era.
Mm.
So, anyway, guys,
Wow.
don't forget that is where we've been.
We've come from
We've
that.
come so far.
Yeah.
Thank you,
okay,
Ant-Man. Thank you
speaking
for
of-
hitting on one.
Speaking of Minnesota teams that have come so far, probably should talk about the Wild because
Yeah.
Cal, you
Dude.
did just touch on the fact they just won again in OT. Love to see it.
5-game win streak.
Okay, I saw this stat today. Quinn Hughes, ready? He has in 25 games, he already has 5 3+ assist games, which ties the Wild record. By
Correct.
the way,
Do you know how
Which-
long it took Suter to do that?
Probably like 8 years.
How many games? Take a guess on games.
do you have the exact number, Cal?
Yeah,
70.
600.
It's 600. Like
So it's
Something.
more than 600.
Yeah, it's more than
Shit.
Yeah.
more than 600.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
already
he's a-
already tied Suter assist record for 3+ assists in a game with 5 in 25 games. It took Suter over 200 or over 600 games.
I never thought Suter was that great. He was kind of a prima donna.
Like, dude, that's like 8 years.
Yep.
It took him 8 years to set that record, and Quinn Hughes has done it in a third of a season.
Quinn Hughes is a generational
He's
talent.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Some of the other things about the Wild right now that I put in here, recent stuff, rally win versus the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks just always have our number, so overcoming 3-goal deficit
Yeah, we came back.
to win in a shootout.
Yeah, that's a team I like.
And
beating.
then thank God, everybody, we're actually paying Kirill Kaprizov for something. Because we're paying him 30% more than Connor McDavid. I just want everyone to keep remembering that. That is a crazy number. But if you're going to get paid like that, then you're going to win overtime games and you're going to do it decisively. Lately, Kaprizov has been on fire. Carter, can you look up and see if he had a goal tonight?
I think he had.
Because he's had 7 goals in the last 6 games.
I think he had 1 tonight. I thought.
Wow, it was 6-5.
Yeah, overtime win again tonight, February 4th.
Over Nashville.
Yep.
And you want to know if Kaprizov, he did not get a goal.
No goal.
Did he have an assist?
He did have an assist.
That's what I saw then.
Yeah.
The only,
what's
problem
also
is,
annoying?
the only problem is we were up 3-rip at one point, and our goalie play needed to be better tonight.
Boldy got 3 goals.
Pooh, hat trick for Boldy.
Matty.
Sick.
We're good. We're a really good hockey team right
It's
now.
really annoying that we're in the same division as the
Yeah,
Avalanche.
I hate that
That's
so much.
so
Do you know what I hate
annoying.
more?
And why are we, by the way, though? Let me just ask
Yeah,
that
what the
question.
hell?
Why the fuck are we?
You know what I hate more than that? The Avs are still playing like a team hell-bent on being the best team to ever play.
Yeah, they've got McKinnon. He's the best player in the NHL. Should be making Kirill Kaprizov money.
Kaprizov money. That's the standard.
No, dude, he should be. I get it.
Yes,
I'm
I'm not arguing with that. What I'm saying is he's not playing normal. Like the team is not. The math doesn't make sense. They're statistically putting up more points than like the best era of Sidney Crosby or Ovechkin. Like Sidney Crosby and the Penguins' best year for a Stanley Cup isn't touching what they're currently doing.
Yeah, from a production standpoint.
It's insane.
Right. Yeah, they're stupid
Like
good.
it's criminal.
It's very hurtful.
Nathan McKinnon does. I mean, you're not wrong there. The problem is with hockey, though, and I've been pondering this more and more because you hate this Kaprizov deal. Hold on. Let me fully finish this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So then when Sid was at his peak of powers and he was the 30th most paid guy and he chose to be so he could surround himself with the right players and pay Malkin and pay fucking Bergeron and everyone else, is that a problem?
Here, let me tell you what my problem is with the Kaprizov deal. Okay? What would Kaprizov make if he left Minnesota?
Probably the same amount.
Nope. Absolutely no chance,
I
Kevin.
disagree with you.
There's no chance. No team in the NHL is stupid enough to take a guy who's leaving a team because he wants to make more money and say, hey, you know what we're going to do? What's the guy in the league making the most amount of money? Oh, he makes $14.3 million. You know what
By
we're going to do? No, dude.
McDavid takes a cut. He openly
It's not
says it.
McDavid. It's not McDavid.
Who's the top
I
paid
think
guy?
it's Draisaitl.
And McDavid on the same team.
Do you know why McDavid took his deal? Do you know what his deal consists of? It's not because he's taking some team-friendly deal. It's because he gave himself an out after this year, and especially in 2. He is banking on the fact that he's going to be in a position in 2 years where the salary cap and whatever else is involved is going to put him in a spot where he's going to make more money. So he gave himself an out. The contract is structured in a way where he has complete choice and autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
So he did that specifically for that reason.
And because
It's not-
Draisaitl had to get paid at the same time. Or he was going to leave, and he said it.
I'm just telling you right now, if Kaprizov left the Wild, there was not going to be another team that was going to pay him $17 million a year, bro. They were just not going to do it. And that is my problem with the whole thing. I like what Bill Guerin has done. I love the moves that he's made. We're the best we've ever been. We have the best chance of winning a Stanley Cup as we've ever had. We are the second best team in the NHL as a whole. But I'm telling you right now, if Kaprizov went to the open market, just like think about like quarterbacks that go to the open market, bro, right? Like you don't just give them a 30% raise. Joe Burrow is making 55, let's just say 60 for a round number. You are not going to have a quarterback leave and get to the market tomorrow Not even the best quarterback in the league.
So if Josh Allen left
If Josh
tomorrow,
Allen left, yes, there's no chance in hell a team is paying him $78 million a year. Not a chance in hell, brother.
I think the numbers are skewed there, percentage-wise for that, but I guarantee you he pulls 15.5 to 16.5 all day on the open market, no questions asked.
15.5 is a lot different than 17 in the comparison of 14.3 to 15.5. If our deal with Kaprizov was for 15.5, it would have made a lot more sense. It would have been like, hey, we are resetting the market at a historic level, by the way.
I have no problem paying the guy.
If
you lose him, what's your plan?
Yeah, I know. That's
if you
the
lose
argument
him, what's
that
your
all
plan?
my friends that love the Wild have said.
But like, legitimately, what's your answer?
No,
if you lose him, then what?
You're not going to lose him because if you offer him 15.5 and then someone offers him 15.6 and then you offer him 15.7, you're not going to get to a place where you're just like at 17.
I disagree with you in the terms of there were, and again, nothing confirmed. There were reports of multiple 16-plus offers.
I just, that number to me, again, unconfirmed, it is shocking to think that teams would be willing to blow out the salary, to blow out the market and reset the market at a 30% clip. That's just like suicide. Like if you're a GM of a team, you're literally just, you're committing suicide because you're just saying, hey, every time some great guy comes available, even if he is currently ranked as the 12th best player in the NHL, which Kaprizov is, by the way, we're going to just give him 30% more than the guy that's making the most money in the league. If you're doing that, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Because then what happens is he gets 17 and now next time we go to some guy that's available and he's like the 10th best player in the NHL, now that guy's making 20. And then what are you going to do when Connor McDavid wants a big contract somewhere? You're going to pay him 24? We're just going to go from 14.3 to 24 in like 4 fucking years?
It's going to turn into the NFL. We paid Dak 55, winning.
Dak got paid 55 when everyone else was making 50, 52 and a half.
But is Dak worth it when he never wins the playoffs? He's never been anywhere.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that's it's an unbelievable number from a percentage perspective to go that much higher to pay a player who's currently ranked the 12th best player in the league. And the Cowboys, by the way, for just a raw example of it, got absolutely shit on for paying Dak that much money, and they continue to do so today because you're literally bringing it up right now. Well, the fact that they paid him that much money. But so do you want to be the conversation every time someone brings up the Wild who don't win a Stanley Cup and are paying Kaprizov $17 million, which is 30% more than everybody else? Do you want to be the team that says, they paid Kaprizov $17 million, 30% more than everybody else, but they just can't win a cup? You want to be that guy?
The problem is there are multiple teams that were on the cusp that had the cap space to pay him 16, and then we would never fucking have a chance.
Yeah.
And you're letting the only legitimate generational talent we've ever pulled. Zach Parise, maybe.
Gaborik?
Generational, nah.
Whoa.
He was crazy, man.
He was for a short stint, and then what happened? We had no supporting cast.
I think you gotta go watch some Gaborik highlights.
I literally had season tickets back then. I'm aware of Gaborik highlights, but like, what supporting cast did we have back then?
We didn't have
no one. Because we didn't draw anybody.
We were paying him 30% more than everybody.
Okay, let's just agree on this.
Yeah.
If we win,
I know
if we
right.
win the cup,
I know I'm right.
If we win the cup, who cares?
Even if we're competitive to like getting deep,
no,
I don't care because
I care.
Losing him. Hold on, you lose him, and what's your team? We have what? We're probably the worst team in the Central.
No way. We got Quinn Hughes.
Worst team.
We wouldn't have pulled Quinn and Hughes if we don't have Kaprizov.
We're not the worst team in the Central.
If you lose him, who do you legitimately?
Well,
you're talking about a guy who's leading our team in scoring, leading our team in assists, if I'm not mistaken. Like
he's not leading our team. I don't think he's leading.
I think he's leading assists still. Like dude, you lose your key piece.
How many goals he had tonight?
None tonight, but 1 assist.
Shit, how many goals Matt Boldy have?
Matt Boldy and Kaprizov are not on the same level. Don't make that argument.
They're
Don't
not.
be dumb.
I'm just telling you, it's like at the end of the day,
Matt Boldy's not leading the team that way. I'm sorry. And I love Boldy. I love that we have him.
Krill is leading in goals and assists.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm looking right now.
So your key piece, pay your key piece.
You said last in the Central.
If we lose him,
we are 29 points ahead of St. Louis. Do you think he's worth 10 wins?
Legitimately?
Of our 34?
I bet you he's gotten fucking 10 game winners or 10 leading goals.
No.
So yeah, I bet you he would.
You think he's 10
Carter,
wins
how many
replacement
game winners
when we played
does
2/3 of the
Kaprizov have
season?
this
Look this
year?
up.
I do not know.
Or leading goals? You can just Google
Game winning
it.
goals is 4.
So that's 4.
So there's 4.
How many leads has he gained us? He's also, again, our key piece of all the pieces.
Is that a stat you can track? Wins above
Leads
replacement?
gained.
Can you track that?
I don't
in
know,
NHL?
maybe.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, I don't mind. The market needed to be reset regardless. I don't mind paying a guy because he's the only key piece we have. If we don't have him, we don't pull anybody.
Again,
You don't pull Quinn. You don't pull anybody in the free agency.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree with the fact that he is our marquee piece, and he is the most talented player the Wilds have ever had.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
He's the most
questionable.
talented player the Wild have ever had in their roster. He is far more talented than Gaborik was.
He's young.
He's young. I'm happy we have Kaprizov. I'm not saying I don't.
You just
want
wish
to
he
have
took
Kaprizov.
you just wish he took
No.
a pay friendly deal.
I just wish that there were either confirmed reports of how much other teams were going to pay him, or I wish that we would have figured out a way to make it so that we weren't just resetting the market by a 30% clip. I think that's ridiculous.
I think it's just what it is.
Okay, I found it.
Yeah.
I found his wins above replacement. 2.73.
Oofda.
He is, for what's worth,
Oofda.
Matt Boldy is 2.75.
Yikes.
They're both top 20 in the league.
Yikes.
I'm sorry, but if you lose him, we don't have Quinn. So how many games do you think we win if we don't have both close players?
About 5, because it's 2.75 plus 2.25 probably.
That wasn't Quinn's number, but nice try. And I
just
still
saying,
don't buy that.
I don't know what
Quinn
Quinn's
is at.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
think
you have
that.
to look that up, but
Yeah, I don't think that's right, but it's just me.
I bet it's
This is
not
hockeystats.com.
but probably not as
Yeah, I
many
mean,
as
you
want.
can track it all you want. We can track PFF too, and it's not real there.
Oh, don't bring that into this conversation.
I'm sorry.
PFF.
If you get rid of him, if we lose him, we are a dumpster.
We're not a dumpster.
We're
We're
a
not a
dumpster.
dumpster,
No,
but we're
dude, like
definitely
you
not
said
the
too,
team we are.
you'd be happy as long as we're just like competitive.
We're only competitive with him.
No,
Nah.
we were competitive without him.
No, we were.
Yeah, we were.
No, we were. We
how-
were a first round exit guaranteed every
No,
year. We were
dude.
the same thing the
No.
Vikings are. Yes. When we had Zach
Oh,
Parise
yeah,
and
no.
Ryan Suter
Yeah,
and
you're
Dumba,
correct.
everybody knew what was going to happen.
Go ahead.
Quinn Hughes 1.78. So those two
Yikes.
combined,
Damn.
5 wins above replacement.
Yowza.
I'm not in on that, maybe, but I'm not in on it.
Yowza.
Not in on it.
So way
So
ahead
we'd
of
be
St. Louis.
15 points at 15
Still not in on this.
games ahead.
But
of St.
again,
Louis,
we were
Points.
we were what the Vikings are. You were like, we're doing good, but we're gonna find a way to shit the bed. And what will we do?
Yes,
we shit
okay.
the fucking bed.
That's
no,
a
you're
fair
right.
that's a fair comparison. The Wild were a perennial fringe playoff team, almost always a first round exit, and if they ever did somehow sneak by,
Always. Literally always.
No,
They
we
went
got by one.
second.
We got by one.
One fucking year
and then we got smashed the next round.
Like, the fuck are we talking about here?
So we definitely had a low ceiling. So yeah, he helps.
We're the state of hockey. We cannot go back to that, okay? Don't make me live through that punishment a second time.
No, dude, again, like me and you are arguing about semantics here. Like at the end of the day, I want Kaprizov in Minnesota. I think he's a huge value add for our team. He is the most talented hockey player that has ever played for the Minnesota Wild. I am just simply telling you that resetting the market at a 30% rate is a ridiculous amount of money to pay the 12th best player in the NHL. It just is, man. Like, it's a lot of money to reset the market for a guy that is ranked below the top 10. And to this day, right now, he is still not a top 8 player in the NHL in terms of points production and what he adds value to a team. He's still not. From a statistical standpoint, this guy is below the top 8 players in the NHL from an overall points production standpoint. So to pay a guy who is still this year while he's playing every game and not injured like last year where it was hard to make the argument at the end of the year because you didn't see him play the end of the year. Now we're seeing him play. He is playing at a high level and he is getting better. He is still outside of the top 8 in terms of key players in the NHL, and we reset the market at a 30% rate to keep the 9th best player in the NHL.
I'm about it.
That's crazy.
I'm about it.
That is just crazy. Again, like I said, our team is not as good and not even close to as good without him, and we can't let him just walk away. But I do think I would need, I would really like to see some verified fucking reports of
You don't think they
all
had
these
that, though?
teams that were, Oh, I don't know, man. I think that Bill Guerin was just obsessed with keeping Kaprizov here, and I get why, because you can't just let the most valuable player you've ever had in the franchise history in the state of hockey just walk out of the building. But I do think, like, dude, let your nuts hang then, like you did when you went and got Quinn Hughes. Sit down with Kaprizov and be like, hey, buddy, so you're the 9th best player in the NHL. We can't pay you 30% more than the top money right now in the NHL. Let's just sit down and be fucking men about this. Let's get you a good deal. We will reset the market with you, even though you're only the 9th best player in the NHL. And that's going to be great for you. You can be able to go around and say, I'm the highest paid player in the NHL. Do I have to do that at a 30% clip? Because you're not worth a 30% clip. You're just not going to, like, go to the open market and see what you can get. I want to see the verified reports of these teams that were lining up to pay him a 20% bump in the market.
No one said lining up. I said there were multiple teams that are on the fringe.
Yeah,
willing to pay
I'm just
16
paraphrasing
plus.
the fact if there's multiple teams, then teams are lining up. You know, I just want to see that. I want to see that many teams were dumb. I want to see how many teams were dumb enough to pay the 9th best player in the NHL a 20% market bump.
I bet you there are some teams that would shock you because it would make it miserable to watch us lose.
I believe that there were a lot of teams that would have been interested in Kaprizov. 100% believe that. How could you not be? Right? Like, the guy's a great goal scorer. It's just, come on, man. It's crazy. Like, we're to do that big of a percentage it is wild, man. Like, you got to admit that, right?
It's not to me. No.
Oh, he made a dad joke there. He said it's wild. Okay, we do need to talk about
That was bad.
a different Minnesota GM while we're on the topic.
Yeah.
Because that just happened since our last pod.
Bye.
Finally.
Yeah, so I mean, the way I have this listed is literally just like Minnesota Vikings wild shit. That's how I put this in.
The timing's crazy.
Kwesi fired seemingly because Darnold made the Super Bowl. That's the note that I have.
They didn't want him to botch another draft. That's what the timing is.
Here's the deal, and you've said this
There
upteen
actually
times.
might be something to that.
I say you've said this upteen times, Cal. The guy is a mathematical wizard with the cap.
Correct.
What he's not good at, drafting players.
Yeah, correct.
He's not.
And it seems like just player personnel in general. Like, they interviewed Kwesi and they were like, hey, what's been the biggest thing you've had to learn so far as a GM? And he's like, well, I come in from like a very mathematical background. So like basically me just like developing and bringing in personnel that I think can be developed over time. That's all in his words, by the way, Kwesi's words, trial by fire. That's what he said.
I do want to say,
Why would you not give the reins over to your head coach?
with how pathetic the Pro Bowl is and Kwesi not drafting one Pro Bowler in his time,
is pretty sad.
it's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean,
It is.
Shedeur Sanders was a Pro Bowl quarterback.
And Joe Flacco.
For his first Pro Bowl at 40 something is wild.
It's hilarious.
Wait, Joe Flacco has never made the Pro Bowl?
This was his
even the
first
year they won the
first-
Super Bowl?
Nope.
Apparently
Well,
not.
he probably was voted, but couldn't
Oh,
go.
that makes sense.
No, I don't.
Or turn it down, yeah.
I say it.
Or couldn't
Does
go,
it
yeah.
count if you turn it down as not being selected?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he also turned it down in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have to actually show up for the Pro Bowl to say that you were a Pro Bowler. I mean, otherwise the list of guys would be fucking endless at this point. Like, everybody in the league would be a Pro Bowler. How many
If you
people
get
would turn it
voted
down?
in is what I'm saying. Because that was what I meant by it.
I knew what you were saying. I think that because you don't show up, it means you're not a Pro Bowler.
Okay. This is the stat. Adolfo Mensa's draft record was especially spotty as the Vikings have received only 172 starts from players drafted between 2022 and 25, the second fewest in the league. The Vikings are one of 11 NFL teams that haven't drafted a Pro Bowl player over that time period. So not only was he not able to find like a couple guys who were like top end,
Yeah.
or even remotely close to top end, considering how the Pro Bowl is indeed a joke, but like just full bore. All the other guys, all those guys for 4 years worth of drafts, 172 starts. That's insane.
I mean, looking
Pretty
at the
insane.
names, it's sad.
That's like 11
It's
guys.
bad.
Like 11 guys over 4 years starting.
That's so bad.
It's pretty bad.
Why would
It's
you just
really
give
bad.
it to KOC?
Yeah, I
I
saw
think
a
that's
list.
part of what happened.
I saw a list of best players that Kwesi drafted, and Levi Drake Rodriguez was at third.
He's a dog, so it makes sense.
Will Reichert
but,
was
like,
at
when
yeah,
did we? When
agreed.
did we?
I'm just saying, like, of all the big names that go around in the NFL,
Yeah.
when did
like,
we draft?
LDR is an absolute smash hit home run value in terms of like drafting. Like that is a complete bright spot on Kwesi's draft record because you got a production level player in the 7th round.
I say, was it 7th or 6th?
7th round, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, you literally
not Mr. Irrelevant.
No. Yeah, it wasn't the last pick.
Just 7th round.
Yeah, what was he though again? Draft prospect X or something?
Yeah.
Prospect X.
Yep.
Like that's a hit. That's a hit.
No,
and
it's
I
a
love
home
it.
run. I'm
His
just saying.
top 5 as a Vikings GM
Yeah.
was Jalen Naylor, Jordan Addison, LDR, Will Reichard, and maybe Donovan Jackson. That's it.
That one's out a little bit. At the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, if Donovan Jackson's on the list, you might be in trouble.
And so is Addison. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I mean Addison's a good pick.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
He's like
What round was that in?
first
I feel
20 something, right?
He's legit.
2023.
Yeah,
Let
he
me-
can't. Yeah, drunk driving and fucking tickets and
Nah.
problems, and you can't go to.
Yeah,
You
they
can't
all
show
got
up.
that now, dude.
Yeah, come
You
on.
had a teammate die a week before your D-Dub. The fuck?
No, dude, I'm
That's
just saying.
insanity.
I'm not defending Addison. Trust me.
Yeah, definitely
I hope
some
he
maturity
traded his
issues.
ass
What
out.
did what I say? What did you say a couple weeks ago? Gone.
Gone. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no. In
Gone.
my world, if I'm the GM, gone.
Gone.
For sure, he's gone. Jalen
Yeah.
Naylor's
Gone.
pretty good. No, Naylor's staying.
I did.
If it's
okay.
up to me.
So I did also see some reports that
Oh,
were
yeah.
interesting about speaking of the GM situation
Yeah.
with Minnesota. So apparently, part of why Flores was kind of taking his time, and he did interview for the Washington Commanders DC role. The rumor that's swirling is he was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about leadership here.
Correct.
And he specifically said, like in interviews, he credited the Wilf family, KOC, the fans of Minnesota. He made no mention of his like essentially
Front
his
office.
boss, right? Like the GM didn't talk about it at all. So it kind of feels like if you read between the lines there,
Does he?
he didn't really like Kwesi and what he was doing, and I could kind of see that, right? Like Flores is like this, he's a football guy.
Not a math guy.
Kwesi is not.
Mm-hmm.
I think good GMs, as much as I love the mathematics of it and being good with the cap, you have to be a football guy to be good, truly. Like the math only gets you so far unless you're willing to like delegate certain duties.
And not only that, but I will say this too. It's like I think more so for me, like I don't need you to have played in the NFL to be a good GM. I just need you to have been brought up in a place, or at least have transitioned your life to a place where you like understand football development and player personnel, and like you can relate to what you see in film and be able to put it on the field. Like you have to be able to do that. And that is why when we let Rick Spielman go, I was so butthurt about that. Like I understood why we had to let Zimmer go, but like Spielman, just like as a drafter,
Good GM.
good Lord, man, he was so good at drafting. Like he hit so many times on draft picks, like Diggs and Jefferson. I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, this guy's out of the building. How?
I'd have to run this back, but I feel like it was about a year ago, Cal, where you had said actually that like Kwesi, what they need to do with him is just have him manage all the stuff with contracts, all that salary cap baloney. You do all that stuff.
Right.
Bring back Spielman or somebody else
Just to run
to
the draft.
manage the draft. This like that person manages the people, the young players that you're going to bring in. You can do everything else, Kwesi. And it's interesting because now here we are a year later and Kwesi gone. So yeah, I mean, I think it became very evident that just with that track record and not necessarily agreeing with the coaching staff, and
we need to find a John Lynch level GM.
Yes.
Like a wizard with the draft, hits on late picks.
The guy that they're talking about as a potential future for us, and this is potentially why Brzezinski is taking on this like interim role, is Patton for the Broncos was with the Vikings for like 15 years in various roles. That could be legit.
I like that. I don't hate that at all.
Yep. So, and the important thing there is he was with the Vikings organization for the Wilfs, like were there the entire time. So that could actually be the future for the GM spot in Minnesota. And I think most fans would be like, all right, cool. Yeah. He's brought some great players to
The
Denver.
question I think there just becomes like, can you actually get him to lead the Broncos?
Maybe.
Like
Sean Payton.
They were
sucks.
just.
Sean Payton's got to be not fun to work with.
Yeah, I don't know though, man. Like, if you're working with him as a GM, like you're his fucking boss.
Well, he has extra jobs of setting the bounties too as the GM. That might like that extra task as a Bronco.
That's true.
Damn.
That'd be hard.
Carter with a low blow over there.
That's true
Fuck
though.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, I hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hate
I say
him.
it
I'm
cost us
glad.
a Super Bowl.
I'm so happy that he lost.
Cost you a Super Bowl moment.
Like I didn't want that for Bo Nix, but to have to watch Sean Payton have to coach Stidham and then lose in that game, that was sick.
Yeah, lose a game
Yeah,
in
I
which
was
his
happy.
opponent put up 10 points.
I literally went to bed happier from that moment.
For sure.
Just from watching him.
That's a
lose that
little. That's a little.
game. No,
petty.
it's not. I don't
Little
care.
petty.
I was
Don't
He
care.
happy.
literally-
Little petty.
He paid players to injure our fucking
But
quarterback.
a little petty though. It's been 10
Nah,
plus
I don't.
years.
Doesn't matter.
I will hang on to that for the rest of my life.
Yep.
As
If
long
I
as
ever
he's
meet Sean
in the
Payton in
NFL.
person, the only thing I have to say to him is, "Hey man, piece of shit.
You owe us a Super Bowl.
You owe me a Super Bowl. You personally owe me a Super Bowl." Yeah, that's what I have to say to him.
Jesus.
No, I don't care.
Yeah. They stole that one.
I got no respect for the guy. Anyway, I just wanted to mention a couple other things on top of this. Vikings ownership, this is what they said, their statement, didn't feel comfortable moving forward with the existing leadership structure. And the only guy that's gone is Kwesi and Mike Patine or Pettin, however you say it.
Yeah, who's like definitely a jealous uncle
Little
type.
baby bitch.
Yeah.
This came just 8 months after signing Kwesi to a multi-year extension. Since then, we've brought in Frank Smith, who is former Miami Dolphins offensive coordinator this past year. The year before was hired as an assistant head coach. Smith brings offensive and run game schematic experience from Miami's recent top yardage offenses. And then, which one of our listeners commented on our Spotify and said that we need to be asking the question, if the O-line is so trash, how come the fuck we haven't fired any of the offensive line coaches in the last 4 years? Which was a very interesting question, which we actually just did. So we did not renew the contract of our existing offensive line coach, and Keith Carter was promoted to offensive line coach, replacing Chris Cooper. So interesting stuff there. One thing I want to mention before we get off this Vikings topic really quick is Jefferson going to the media and saying that we would have been better. And like what he basically said, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he literally did say some of this. Yeah, I think we would have been better if we had Darnold, but it is what it is. That's what he said. Like for Jefferson to be sitting in front of the media and saying that, and with Jefferson, the way that he's been so media trained and so good at speaking to the media and kind of remaining like silent on issues within the team, to me, like at this point, guys, is McCarthy gone?
No.
Man, I think
he's on thin ice.
He did say it at the end of that quote. I think I read the whole thing. He did mention something about like to the effect of you sort of gotta go through growing pains or something to that effect of like,
yeah, he did
kind of left the door open for like, hey,
clickbait
part of a new like rookie quarterback experience is living the ups and downs of that. But it is weird though. It feels like he's kind of not wanting to have that.
This
again.
is kind of an I love you but situation.
Yeah,
That's not the same thing.
No, it's the same. It's like when you tell your girl I love you, but damn, I wish she would stop doing that.
But like, I wish your name was Joe Burrow.
She definitely does not think about the fact that you said I love you. The minute you say but,
really,
it's like a rewind.
Shit, I've been losing arguments my whole life.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's real. If you say I love you, but
you did a great job on that, but
yeah, everything you just said is gone. That's completely forgotten. The only thing that matters now is how bad this thing is after you say but.
Yeah.
What are you going to say next? And that is like Jefferson saying, we would have been better with Darnold. It is what it is. But there are some growing pains with young teams. It's like, I don't care that you said there's some growing pains with young teams. You're basically telling me that McCarthy is trash. Okay? Like, effectively, that's kind of what you're saying.
It sounds like the Vikings might make a real run at getting Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
That might actually happen.
No shot. We are ending up with Kirk Cousins.
Don't fucking say that.
Keep
don't even
that
put that
name
in the
out of your
fucking
mouth.
Don't knock wood, please. Everybody.
I will.
Don't put
I
that
just
in the air.
know
I'll fight you right now. Don't do that.
him or Mac Jones. That's my.
I'd rather
prediction.
Mac
I'll take
Jones.
Mac.
I
I'd
agree.
rather Mac Jones.
I agree.
Like, fuck
Me too.
I would say Kirk Cousins is more likely than Joe Burrow.
Why are you giving me that face?
Because you gave that little pause moment like you were going to say something fucking
Cal
controversial.
would want Kirk Cousins
If you-
to come back.
Are you really? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
That's the look.
Yeah, he would.
You want Kirk
No,
Cousins to
don't
come
do
back
that.
after
No.
he shysted us and then shysted Atlanta?
He for
You
sure does.
motherfucker. Oh, this makes me so much more mad than McDaniels. I'm going to get angry.
Stop, dude. I didn't even said anything. You guys
but
were just
like,
You got
recording
so
shit.
red.
They put so many words in your mouth in that 10
It's
seconds. It
because
was
the look
insane.
he's giving
Yeah,
me.
You may
is
as well
the
have
look.
written a whole book about it.
All I was going to say is that Kirk Cousins is better than JJ McCarthy. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's probably true.
I spun out there for a minute.
And you
That's
prefer to
literally
have
all I
him
was
on
going
the
to say.
team.
Over JJ
Mac
McCarthy?
Jones?
Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, would you be happy if Kirk Cousins was on our team next year?
Are you what are you offering me in this situation?
Mac
are we-
Jones or Kirk Cousins?
I would rather have Mac Jones.
Okay, that's all. I'm good.
Would you be a happy person if Kirk Cousins was on our team next year?
I wouldn't say I'd be happy.
Paying another $200 million to come hang out?
I'll tell you this: if I have to watch JJ McCarthy like run around like an idiot, defy KOC, just do whatever he wants, and lose a bunch of games and then be injured a lot, I am going to be more unhappy than if Kirk Cousins is our quarterback and we're like 10-7.
What if we're not 10
Do you remember when we were okay? This is interesting because I think Cal, you
10
had
and
said
7 is a stretch.
Cal,
That is where things get really scary.
You said
we're like 7-10, and Kirk Cousins is our quarterback.
3 getting
you said on our last pod
14.
something about to the effect of McCarthy, injury stuff. Was it actually real? This and that. And we don't know all the inner like discussions that happen with franchises. I think is what you had talked about. Of like, we don't know all the conversations that happened, where they're going, the conversations they're having with other teams, trades, blah, blah, blah. We don't know any of that context. But it is interesting because McCarthy, every time that he had like a minor injury, his ankle, it's still kind of messed up. And then that guy like rolls out of bounds right there and he sort of jumps out of the way pretty easily, looking pretty spry and healthy. And we were like, that seemed kind of weird. And we talked about how like, injured. Now it feels pretty clear that KLC was like, I don't want to have this guy play quarterback for me.
Yeah, obviously.
Like,
The weirdest one, by the way, was the towel over the hand. That was crazy. Remember when he hurt his hand, he put his towel over it?
Yeah.
Like it was like leprosy?
Yeah.
Don't look at this, dude. It's a bad injury. You can't see it, bud. That's kind of how that works with internal injuries in your hand.
Yeah, that was weird.
So, yeah, I don't know. Would I be happy if my options are Kirk Cousins returns and we look to the future to figure out what's going to be our next thing? Or
Kyler Murray.
Or like JJ McCarthy is here and we're bad again.
What do you call the Bengals and offer for your kind of initial offer?
Fuck.
Well, they don't want Addison. I mean, I'd try to offer him Addison, but
Yeah, they're gonna pay
They're not gonna
Higgins,
take him.
Addison, and
Yeah,
Jamar
they're not
Chase with
gonna
no
do it,
quarterback
so-
left.
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
McCarthy and 3
I've heard
firsts.
it's McCarthy, Grenard, and 3 firsts.
Is 3
That would be
firsts-
your first offer.
Is 3 firsts worth it?
No, I think I would call him and I'd say, hey, if I throw you McCarthy and Grenard, what do you want after that?
And they say we want 5 firsts.
I'd say, how about 2 firsts and a second? And then they'd be like, nah, that's not going to work for us. What if we did McCarthy, Grenard, 3 firsts and a second?
Would you take that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I think I would too.
Oh, bring up our last 3 first-round picks, Carter.
It doesn't matter because they were
We
all
had
trash.
Gracie.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, though, if you're
But
telling...
we don't
okay,
have...
okay,
how
stop,
about
stop,
this?
stop,
How
stop.
about
Let's
this,
go back
Carter?
to when Spielman was
Go
GM.
like 15, 16, 17 under Spielman.
Right.
Spielman drafted really good players.
Okay, but
yeah, but
let's
look them
just
up.
see.
Let's just see if they were that good. Let's see if you would take these 3 guys and trade
Adrian
them for-
Peterson, Sidney Rice, Percy Harvin.
Nope, I'd do 15, 16, so you can't just pick his
You
best.
Yeah, it got to be
You can't
consecutive
just pick
years.
Spielman's best players he ever
Yeah, come
drafted
on.
in order. Like,
Anthony
that's
Barr,
nuts.
Daniil Hunter, Stephon Diggs, Delvin Cook.
That was 15, 16, 17?
That was 14, 15, 16, or 14, 15, 17. Yep.
14, 15,
We didn't have a
17,
16?
so
That wasn't on the notable list here.
Say the 3 again.
Where am I at here?
In order.
Yep. Anthony Barr, Trey Waynes, Eric Kendricks, Daniil Hunter, Stephon Diggs, Delvin Cook.
I would trade 3 of those guys right now for Joe Burrow, and you can pick the 3.
I have one question for you. We don't have an offensive line, and we've already seen Joe Burrow get murdered once. What's your plan if we trade all of our first-round picks?
Our offensive line right now is better than the offensive line Joe Burrow had when he took them to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think that's statistically real.
That might be.
I don't think it
PFF
is.
says it's real.
PFF says that Brian O'Neill is the second best tackle in the league, and Cal would die on the hill that he's not.
Maybe
Right?
he would work harder if he knew his quarterback was Joe Burrow. I don't know.
Shut the fuck up. You think that
he
matters?
wouldn't. No, he wouldn't.
Thank
He
you.
can't work harder, bro. It's not.
You
I
can't
think-
miss
I-
the
I
DN
actually-
just blow the fucking coverage.
Yeah, exactly. You can't fix that, man. He's hurt. I mean, he's not the same as he once was since he tore his ACL. Brian O'Neill was good before he tore his ACL. I'm not going to lie to you. He just, ever since then, he came back and he's just old and he can't move as quick. It's just like harder and harder because defensive ends are becoming more outside linebackers and they're getting faster and faster. And like, if you want to be a tackle in this league, he's just getting slower and more injured. Go ahead,
You got to
Carter.
be Trent Williams.
The year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, their O-line was ranked 20th. Ours last year was 29th.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
Yeah, but they took Darisaw out
But
too.
that's what I was just going to say. Like our O line last year doesn't really reflect how good
How
our
about-
O line can be if they're all playing and they're decent.
But
Like,
they're
in
never
terms
all
of health.
playing.
we're never
Okay, go back
hurt.
to the last time. So they shut down Darisaw as a preventative measure because they were like, this is pointless.
Kelly's hurt.
What were
Fry's hurt.
What were we?
I think if you add Darisaw right there, you go from
I
like
think-
29th to like 19th
Yeah.
immediately.
I don't.
I mean, he's the most important player on the offensive line. He's a left tackle. Like blindside tackle, that guy being Darisaw adds who is ranked as a top 5 left tackle in the league. Like that takes you up a lot of notches.
Yeah.
And if the rest of your O-line sucks balls,
But we don't got Garrett Bradbury at center, let me tell you.
we have Kelly at center.
You're
Super Bowl
telling me
starter.
you don't think that we can draft some players that could make an impact in the 2nd and 3rd round? Like, if you can't draft offensive linemen in the 2nd and 3rd round, then just don't fucking draft. I'm sorry, but like most offensive linemen, there's not like piles of offensive linemen going in the 1st round. Like the 1st round is dominated by linebackers, defensive ends, running backs, wide receivers, and quarterbacks. That is a fact. Your O-linemen
There's usually
typically-
like 2 or 3.
Yes, there's
O-linemen.
always like 3
Yeah.
great tackles that get drafted in the 1st round. Guards don't get drafted in the 1st round ever, by the way. So like if you're telling me that you can't find a center and a guard in the 2nd and 3rd round, then you don't know how to draft. So like trading away our 1st round picks, which we would probably effectively be using over the course of the next few drafts on what? Running back, maybe a cornerback or a defensive end?
You can't be a cornerback because we never hit those.
So
Even under Spielman, we could.
that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, what are you trading away in that aspect then? If you think about what we're going to be drafting over the course of the next 3 first rounds, we're trading away.
On
what?
average, 9 offensive linemen go in the 1st round. Almost every draft.
Where are you
that's the-
getting that from?
9?
That's shocking to me.
Key facts, 9 offensive linemen on average go in the 1st round. That's from the last 12 drafts. Is just what it pulled up mathematically for AI on Google.
That's just because the Cowboys were farming picks.
How many
dude.
of the Vikings drafted in the 1st round in the last 10 years?
Probably fucking none because we don't
Probably.
fucking draft smart.
Yeah.
My problem is this. I love Joe Burrow, and I think that puts us in a really good spot. But my problem is if the O-line is still ass and he just gets crushed, what do we change? Yeah, you have a better fucking quarterback, but if you have no one to protect him, what are you really gaining?
Well, you're gaining not J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like, I'm just
but
telling
you're trading away your future
like,
to not have any option. Like,
you can have a great offensive line, but if like J.J. McCarthy is your quarterback, you might be bad.
but you could also take Joe Burrow, lose all your picks, and he could get killed and hurt because we don't have anyone to block.
Dude, I think at this point in the NFL, I just want to say too, like, look at the moves the Rams made to acquire Stafford. Look at the picks that they've traded away right before they've won Super Bowls and then continued to come back to try to compete to go to Super Bowls. They've had almost no draft picks, dude, up until last year.
Can you look up the Rams offensive line for me? The year they won the Super Bowl, or the year before they won the Super Bowl, what it was ranked?
But they picked up a lot of those players through free agency, man. Like, they
We
weren't
don't
drafted.
do well there, though.
But
We picked Kelly with 9 concussions and off an injury.
he was better than Bradbury, though.
Barely. Bradbury's the fucking Super Bowl. fuck are we talking about?
That's actually hilarious.
It is hilarious.
That Bradbury's
like, come on, man.
No, yeah. I mean, Kelly's probably got to go.
I want an offensive line again. Fuck.
Their year before the Super Bowl, they were 9th.
Bro, the fuck are we talking about?
What were they this year?
Dude, Gavin, I'm just telling you right now, like, you can have a great offensive line. If you have a trash quarterback, then you're not going to win big games. It's
I'm not.
Like,
yes, but if you don't have an offensive line and you have a good quarterback, you can still not win big games because you're going to get bullied up front in the trenches. You're the first guy to text in any group chat that you get bullied
Gavin,
up front.
I'm
you get
fucking
fucked.
sitting here with you, bud. I mean, I'm telling you, I want an O-line too. I'm just telling you right now, the fact of the matter is the Vikings aren't going to fix their offensive line in one draft when we just fired our fucking GM. I'd love to see us have a quarterback. That'd be sick. We've never had that. What does that look like? I don't
Brett
know.
Favre.
Man,
I'd love to see it,
We had
man.
Brett Favre.
I'd love to see what the Vikes could do if they had a good quarterback. And if we could come back next year, like, sure, Kelly's not that good. Just move him. Cut him. Fucking sign somebody else. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of players out there that are available that we could go and get in free agency.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
Reisner.
There you go, dude. He's available. He's been sitting waiting.
Nice subtle jab.
I'm just saying, like, bro, you come back and you play out and you have healthy. Listen to me. I just wanted you to hear this out. Healthy Fries, O'Neal, Donovan Jackson, and Darisaw. You just fix your center. Okay. If those guys come back and they're healthy, O'Neal, I don't want there because he's a $20 million cap hit. If O'Neal was like $8 million, I'd be like, great, just run him back out there. He's $8 million. He's $20 million. He's probably got to go. Okay? But I'm telling you right now, he's probably not going to go because he's a captain and they fucking love him for some reason. So it's going to be O'Neal, Donovan Jackson, Darisaw, Kelly. And if they bring somebody else in at center and those guys can stay healthy, I do think our line effectively goes from like 29th. If we had those guys that were healthy and playing together, you're probably looking at like the 15th best offensive line in the NFL. And then you bring in a guy like Joe Burrow. All of a sudden, it looks a little different. You know what I mean? If we go and we fix our O-line and we come back next year and it's Mac Jones or Kirk Cousins back there, but we got a great offensive line, we are not going to fucking be good. Okay? Like, we're going to have a hard time making it to the playoffs if it's Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins, and a great offensive line. They can block their asses off all day. Who's running the ball right now? Jordan Mason? That guy doesn't know how to hit a hole if it fucking came up on him.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I don't disagree with that.
Running back
part.
is a little bit concerning.
Running
It's just
back
like,
position's the
you
problem.
fix the O-line and you have a bad quarterback and no running back. What's the point of having a good O-line? Might as well have an average O-line and a great quarterback.
I just, I don't.
I'm just thinking about it from like the next 3 years perspective, Gavin. Even if we draft great offensive line talent,
we have too many other holes, I think, to win now, though.
Even if you draft great offensive line talent, okay, like Will Campbell, who went very early in the draft last year. What was he? The fucking top 5, I'm pretty sure.
I think he's 3 or 4.
Look at, dude, Will Campbell is still developing, man. He's a top 5 draft pick and he's not that good yet.
We can't get lucky and pull a Zach Martin or a Trent Williams.
Even those guys, though, like offensive linemen don't become as good as they can be until like 4 or 5 years into the NFL.
Didn't take Trent Williams 4 years to get
It
good.
did, though.
I don't think
it took Trent Williams 4 years to become Trent Williams, bro.
I don't think so, man.
He came in, he was good. He was not like domination level Trent Williams in the first 2 years of his career. It takes them a little bit of time to develop, man. And you know that.
I mean, at the average, yes. I'm just saying we have so many other holes. Our secondary is atrocious.
What you're talking about right now is like a 7-year rebuild. Okay.
Yes, but like, do we have a legit shot, you think, to win now?
I think if you get a player that's as good as Joe Burrow, then
even though
you
our
do have a
defense
shot.
is.
Yeah, but I think we've been shown it's a lot easier to fix your defense with the fucking cap or with free agency than it is to fix your offense.
We also lost 3 games last year by less than a touchdown. Do you think if Joe
Against
Burrow,
who?
the Bears,
if we won one of those games, just keep in mind, by the way, we take the Packers' spot in the playoffs.
but like
one more game
With JJ McCarthy and Carson Wentz.
Well, Mostly
don't
Carson
back
Wentz,
off here.
but yeah.
But I'm
Don't
saying-
back off
I'm
here.
saying-
Like, that's accurate.
But he's good enough for a touchdown a game more than Carson Wentz or JJ McCarthy.
Right.
So if you win those 3 games, instead of 9-8, we're 11-6. Now we're first place in the NFC North, and we're the 2 seed.
But the problem is the division the same next year? Do the Lions come back the same?
Well,
If
we
the
can't
Packers just
affect
beat up,
that. All we can say is how good can we make our team by making a move. Like, and I think the reality is, if you're talking about drafting offensive linemen, then you're still just talking about being 5-6 years away. Which in that case, then just trade Jefferson and just call it a day and completely scrap the team and rebuild it, like you've said before. Because that's what you're kind of saying.
I'm
right?
not saying that. I think there's a happy medium that you don't trade 3 firsts away.
For Joe Burrow, I send you 3 firsts.
Yeah, and
I'm sending you Anthony Bard. Who are the other guys? I don't know. Dalvin Cook and Danielle Hunter. You can have them. And I'll take Joe Burrow.
you trade AP?
Sure. If it meant Joe Burrow, just straight up AP for Joe Burrow?
No. 3 firsts.
No, bro,
That's-
come on.
I was asking the questions.
Come on, dude.
I'm
Now
asking.
you're just going
I was
down.
asking.
You're just being
I
a
was
dick now.
curious.
Yeah.
The hard part is this, Gavin. You can't think about it like that because what you have to look at it from is the perspective of where are the Vikings most likely to draft over the next 3 years. It's not just like you're going to get the best 3 players in the draft.
I think if
We're drafting 15 to 30. That is where the Vikings are going to be drafting unless they make major strategic moves, trading draft picks to move up in a draft.
or we tank.
Which we seem to never be able to do because it takes a fuckload of picks to go from like 17th to like 3rd. Like you have to trade so much away asset wise to be able to move that much in the draft in the NFL. So realistically, what are we getting over the next 3 years with picks 17, 21, and 24? You tell me what we're getting out of that. And if you wouldn't trade that right now for Joe Burrow, because I would.
I'm actually so curious what the Vikings offered when they were picking at 12, 11, or whatever it was, 12, when we called New England to try to draft May. I'm so curious. 12-3, what was the offer and what would New England have accepted? Because I think they very quickly said, no, like, we're good. We got our guy.
And the hard part is this, though, too, Nathaniel. I would rather have Joe Burrow than Drake May.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Not for the price tag, though.
Yeah,
Really?
sure.
The price tag?
Joe Burrow is that good, bro. He's so good at football. Like, this guy is a freak. Like, have you seen the like videos of him where they
Yes.
have? I mean, he's
I
so good at
understand.
football,
Look at the
bro.
Bengals without him.
But you're talking about, I don't know.
What I am effectively talking about, bro, like when you break it right down, is I'm like realistically talking about picks 17, 21, and 24. That's what
I'm
about.
saying if you could have got Drake May at a discount and kept your picks, is what I'm saying. That math to me doesn't math.
Well,
out
I'm just
to
saying
having
you couldn't
Burrow.
have kept your picks to get Drake
You
May.
weren't going to give 3 first rounders over the next 3 years to get Drake
You
May.
were going to give 2. Minimum.
Probably 2.
And probably a player.
I bet you a player, you're maybe last year's and this year's. I don't think you give up the next 3.
No, but I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It says,
So you're giving up.
if I have to give you Addison and 2 first-round picks, I might as well just fucking have Joe Burrow.
I think the tough thing,
I
tough
don't
thing
agree,
there,
but
Gavin, is like you wouldn't know, like you would only know Drake May as the prospect too.
Yes,
Like you wouldn't know that he was like fringe MVP in a couple years.
No one is debating that like Joe Burrow is an MVP caliber talent and a top 3 or top 4 quarterback. The problem is our team has so many holes that it makes me uncomfortable at putting all your eggs in a win now basket.
I can tell you guys one thing that's kind of interesting. I think the Warriors are out on Giannis.
They just picked up
Because
Porzingis.
breaking news, they just traded Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis.
All right, so we're basically getting Giannis, is what that tells me.
I mean, it's down to us, the Heat, and who else?
Here
Would
we
the
go.
I
Heat
think
aren't-
the Blazers,
Bye,
and I think
Heat.
Giannis said no.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't going to the Blazers.
No.
Bye McDaniels. There
So-
goes my fucking.
All right, really quick before we leave, Darman named NFL Chief Kindness Officer for the Super Bowl. Darman was charged with 5 felony counts of defrauding the city of Oakland. So kind of interesting. Says he'll be doing a Super Bowl hug time show. So it's a pretty interesting statistic there. Also, Alcaraz wins Australian Open at age 22. Alcaraz achievements outpace Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer.
Here's a stat for you. This 22-year-old kid has more Grand Slams at 22 than Rafa, Federer, and Djokovic did at 22 combined.
Right.
I did see that. That's
Combined.
You want to know the
Combined.
craziest
Wild.
stat that I saw about Alcaraz? In 5-set matches, he's played 15 5-set matches. What do you think his record is?
14-1.
14-1.
It is 14-1.
You imagine
you
going
knew
into
that,
the,
I'm
could
guessing.
You,
I knew that.
I just guessed. Could you imagine going into the 5th set knowing you're basically
You're just
guaranteed to
cooked.
lose?
You're
I'm cooked.
Well, here's the thing that was crazy,
Pretty crazy.
too. In the semifinal, he was cramping up. So like he was up 2-0, probably going to win in straight sets. Body starts failing because they're playing in like 85-degree heat. So he starts cramping. His opponent, starts to win a little bit more. He's in these sets, but he still loses sets 3 and 4. They go to the 5th set. He just needs to get some pickle juice, get some stuff in tablets, kind of get the blood flowing again. He recovers, but his opponent is serving for the match, up 5-3. Alcaraz wins the next 4 games in a row.
Also, really quick.
He's insane. He's not
He's
human.
insane. He's a freak. We're going to wrap this up, and I just want to say before we go, round of applause for Nathaniel Kurtzweg. Everybody in the room. Ultimate sports guy. Got up at 3 a.m. to watch Alcaraz play the Australian Open final.
Not doing that.
I did. I'm on APJ time now.
Pretty nuts. Oh, by the way, NFL is going international. They have 9 international games next year. One of them in Melbourne, Australia, which is 17 hours ahead of us.
You got to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch it.
No, there's no way I will. And on top of that, I'm guessing what that's going to make that is either a Friday or Saturday night game. We're going to play the game in Melbourne time at noon on either Saturday or Sunday, which makes it an 8 p.m. game Central Time in the United States for the night before.
Carry the
They're
ones.
17 hours ahead. Did you do the math there? Did it work out?
Yeah, it did.
Unbelievable. So NFL, figure it out. This is a U.S. game. Thanks for
stat
listening. Go ahead, Carter.
On the stat sheet, would that be a Friday game or a Saturday game?
I don't know. It'll be whatever they choose, I guess. It's pretty good. All right. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.